We start our look back in time in 1992 with the story of a one-man oil company south of Lloydminster.
Sparkon Petroleum may sound like a major company, but in reality it's just 30 wells and a pair of oil batteries on a farm south of Lloydminster, and it's a one-man operation.
The income from the oil and the grain makes farming almost profitable.
Barry Ranger is an entrepreneur with interest in the computer industry, farming, and as of 2.5 years ago, oil, when Mobil began to pull out of the Lloydminster area.
We were faced with a situation there where they were going to abandon the wells, which would mean lost revenue to the farm. And at the time our position was, well, because of my background, my experience with the oil, I felt that we could at least earn as much as we would have got from lease rentals on the wells by operating the wells.
Ranger runs 8 to 10 of his 30 wells and contracts local service companies to do maintenance and haul the oil. The wells generate as much as $300,000 a year, 90% of which is returned to the local economy. And while the major oil companies are faced with scaling back their operations, there's a big opportunity for local entrepreneurs to get involved in the industry.
Rather than having them abandoned, if the farmers, the municipalities, and the oil people could get together, we could keep these wells at a stripper operation and see our oil industry continue, not flourish and maybe not grow, but at least continue for many years, because there's lots of oil in place.
And as we move the calendar forward to 1997, we have the comeback story for Vermilion Packers.
Dogs eat small dogs. That's about all. And we are hurting, very hurting.
During the hog price war in February, Martin Rijevec was uncertain about the future of Vermilion Packers. The small operation could not compete with the $24 a hog premiums Maple Leaf and Fletcher's Fine Foods were offering. The coolers were empty, and they were forced to lay off 7 of their 11 employees. However, all that changed the day after the price war ended. The cooler started to fill, and now Rijevec is understaffed.
We could handle probably 500 head. But we need more people.
The demand from stores has risen dramatically since Maple Leaf Foods closed their Edmonton plant. Vermilion Packers is changing to accommodate that increased demand. They will slaughter 3 days a week instead of 2. That's not the only change. The building has been given a facelift as a result of the booming business, and things could be even busier. However, Rijevec says they have always served their loyal customers first, and nothing has changed.
We look after our old customers. The customers that they were supporting us for the last 5-10 years, we're looking after them first, and then everybody else comes second, I guess. That's the way it should be.
Fingers have been pointed in every direction in the wake of the Edmonton closure. Rijevec has his own opinion of who's to blame.
When the government took that plant over, and I'm not sure how many years ago, from Peter Parkington, they should have sold it instead of rent it out. That's the reason that he walked out of there. If he would have paid for the plant, he would never walk out of there. But he didn't, so he walked out.
Michael McCain, you're saying?
Right on.
Rijevec says he feels sorry for Maple Leaf's Edmonton employees. However, the closure has improved business, and everyone agrees it's a much happier situation here at Vermilion Packers than 8 months ago.
And that does it for this week's edition of Retrospect.